Okay. I think we're good to start the battle. And of course, Mira is the first voice of the game. Because of course that would be what the odds are, right? Indeed, you just want to do this for the moment until she gets here?
Yes, sorry. I walked away for a second. Yeah, that's fine. I'm unmuted. Why am I... There we go. Sorry, her stream was too loud in my earballs. Okay. Alright. Looks like we've reached maximum, Sarah. I have no doubts of our expertise in combat. Even if we don't win, I want to see just how much we can do.
Well, if you were ever holding anything back before, now's the time to pour it all in.
I take it you're all ready? You've been studying and training here half a year now. I think you might finally be able to do it. Now, show me you've got what it takes to pass with flying colors.
Yeah. So
Come
if we
at
don't
me
beat
with
her, we
everything
lose,
you've
we
got.
fail. We gotta start over for this whole semester.
I mean, no one reaches low in less than 40 turns.
Behold the might of the art!
Oof.
Not bad. Time for the kid gloves to come off.
Here we go!
Did you put her into stage 2 already?
I might have.
Here You've come a long way.
Oof.
Hostiles
That was close.
neutralized. Guess we're safe.
She almost went full Sarah on us. We did it. It took all three of us fighting in top form to eke out a narrow victory. Nicely done. I can't believe how far you've all come in just 6 months. I know you've been honing your team tactics, but I wasn't expecting such a top-rate performance from you so soon. But you know what? As your instructor, that's the best feeling in the world. Okay, that's one group down, 3 more to go. All call you in groups of 3, so be ready to jump in when I call your name.
Is she even human?
Multiple groups with multiple opponents in every group, and she was still able to put up a fight against all of us.
She's on a completely different level. We'll need to redouble our efforts in training if we hope to match her.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh. You can say that again.
Whew, I'm spent. Mind if I use it as a pillow, Emma? What? Here?
Have you no shame? Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
Looks like there's still some life in her yet.
She's the only person I know who can fight 4 back-to-back battles and still have the energy for wisecracks.
Don't get me wrong. I'm genuinely impressed with how far you've come. Now I can tell you where you're headed for your field study without any worries. Up we go. All right, get them while they're hot.
Reno, Lucifer, Machia, Saliat, Ruhr, the Industrial Metropolis. Laura uses Gaius Millium, Ortis, the Port City. Interesting choices.
Ruhr and Ortis? Those are 2 of the Empire's largest cities, right?
Well, technically they are.
Ruhr is far from small, but Ortis is kind of on another level.
It's the second largest city in the Empire with over 400,000 people. It also happens to be the stronghold of Duke Cayenne, the noble faction's de facto leader. This makes a lot of sense now in that context.
Are you out of your mind? You want us to drag this hyperactive chatterbox straight into the noble faction's largest stronghold?
Beef.
He does make a good point.
Ortis is hostile territory for her. No 2 ways about it.
If they find you poking around, they'll burn you at the stake.
I'm not that worried. I've snuck into Ortis plenty of times before, and this time I've got you guys with me. I'll be fine.
This is no laughing matter. I'm a bit concerned too.
As am I. Ortis is quite far from here. If something were to happen... Not to worry. We're thinking about what to do about that. Still, you're not in for a laid-back vacation. That much I can say for certain. That goes for the group headed to Ruhr, too.
The Reinford group is based out of Ruhr, isn't it? Though Ruhr is also part of Marquis Ragdar's domain, and he's the head of one of the 4 great houses.
Yeah, like a stubborn old man, eh? He's supposed to be a real hardliner, even among the big shots in the aristocracy.
That's true, but the Imperial Army also runs a military factory in the vicinity. The Reinford group isn't aligned with either faction, but I can't imagine there are more than a few ongoing complications.
Really?
Sounds like trouble if you ask me.
Why would my father and other members of the board choose destinations like those in dangerous times like these?
Well, like I said, we're thinking those issues over. With the Academy's annual festival coming up next month, there's no field study being planned. So this is your chance to show off all the know-how you've gained from your previous field studies. Make whatever preparations you need to, and when Saturday rolls around, travel with your heads held high. Class 7 has done a damn good job so far. The only reputation you guys have to live up to is your own.
Thank you, instructor.
Rain sounded so sarcastic there.
You know,
You failed from heart to stomach?
yes, you're supposed to be that the way to the heart is through the stomach, not the other way around. You don't go from the stomach to get to the heart to get to the stomach. You go the other way around.
Wow, that must have been tough.
It's 8:20. So we're still waiting on Elliot and Crow then.
It looks like they nearly pulled an all-nighter working on our festival performance.
It sounds like they've got a general idea of what they want, as far as style goes. But they're both nitpicking the set list and all the little details of the performance itself.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. I'm not worried about Elliot, but I can't say I've got an abundance of faith in Crow.
Well, be that as it may, we just have to leave it to them for now.
Still, I was surprised by what the instructor said last night. What do you think she's cooking up this time?
I can only shudder to guess.
Oh, before I forget, I want you all to stop by the academy tomorrow morning before you head out. Both groups, meet me out on the field by 9 a.m. and don't be late.
Well, Sarah randomly springing things on us is nothing new.
But why delay our departure? It takes 8 hours by train to reach Ordis as it is.
You're right. If we're still in Trista at 9 a.m., it would be past sundown before we got there.
The train ride to Ruhr is over 5 hours, too. Ideally, we'd all be on the first train out of Trista. How about it, Sharon? With the way you're just standing back there smiling, I'm guessing you know something. I hope you're looking forward to my unsurprise when we step off the train in Ruhr to see you already there.
I wouldn't dream of it. I assure you, I'll only be seeing you off this time.
She's totally going to be there ahead of us.
That's about as sure a bet as you can make. Pretty certain she knows what's going on, too.
She's one amazing maid. I feel like I have my own professional chef, too.
Oh, sorry guys, I overslept.
Yo, morning everyone.
Morning.
Looks like we have everyone now.
We have to meet the instructor at the field by 9, right?
I don't know what she wants to see us about, but don't worry, we've still got some time left.
Anyway, I think we should head out now. I'm sure most of us have some last-minute preparations to take care of.
True.
Have a safe trip, everyone.
Yeah. Head to the field. I did not click through that, for the record. It was auto. Oh, instructor. I wasn't expecting you to be...
There she is. Sharon!
Weren't you in the dormitory when we left?
She can teleport. That's the only explanation.
Indeed, I was. But I was summoned here by Lady Sarah. So after seeing all of you off, I came straight here.
So did we.
Okay. How did I guess she'd get here ahead of us?
You know, at this point, I shouldn't really be surprised.
Jeez, She ain't the Rhineford's top mate for nothing.
Personally, I would prefer not to ask her to come at all. But since she'll be acting as Group A's guide, I didn't have much of a choice. Why, thank you.
Wait, why would we need a guide?
So you're telling me...
Oh, it looks like everyone's here already. I guess I'll just let that happen. Okay.
I can't do anything. It's Otto.
Well, we've got all of you here now. And look at that, 9 a.m., right on time.
Huh.
Are we getting airshipped?
What's that sound?
We're getting airshipped.
It sounds like a rush of air. No, that's not quite it.
Sounds to me like an airship.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. Definitely sounds like an airship. Look! It's always the double O's.
Is...
What the hell is that?
Here they come.
Who is they?
Ba 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 ba.
Yeah, I don't like how red it is either.
But it looks real familiar, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
That's why we don't like how red it is.
No, that's... yeah.
Mm-hmm. Their faces.
I...
Is this line just skipped?
It was...
so cool!
It was Otto for some stupid reason. One line in the middle.
From that to one line.
Yes, that's all. It literally autoed one line.
A Crimson airship? Who does it belong to?
An Imperial Army warship, maybe? No, not enough giant guns.
Still, the shape looks familiar.
Oh, now I remember. It's like the white wings of the Burl. I think so too, right?
You mean like the Arcee?
So I found out eventually that is pronounced, and the
I don't
L's
care.
are pronounced. It's
I
Arceo,
don't care. I
which
don't
is
care.
weird.
I don't care.
I was looking at it, I was like, what? Why do you pronounce the L's? But I guess it's pronounced.
Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance.
The Arcee? Wasn't that a high-speed cruiser from the Kingdom of the Burl? Indeed. It was on that very airship that Prince Oliver made his triumphant return to Heimdall. No way.
They're not seriously gonna land here, right?
course they are. It's 75 ards from bow to stern. It might be a bit of a snug fit, but they should be able to touch down.
Man, you've got to be kidding me.
Wait a minute. How do you know how large it is? Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, Elisa. And that goes for a lot of things in life with that sentence.
Yeah, there's definitely, I can see the vibes. Yeah. But also, why is it red?
I don't like how red it is.
Mm-mm.
It's for a reason.
Don't like it.
No! I thought it was for aesthetics!
It is.
Wow.
This is the best!
It's actually very pretty up close.
The more I look, the more it seems just like they are safe, but except red.
It bears the crest of Erebonia, though. So at the very least, it's an airship from the Empire.
Salutations, my beautiful friends.
Okay.
It's only been 10 days since last we met, but I couldn't keep myself away.
Fucking Mercer.
And that's why it's red.
Prince Oliver.
Because it's the prince's private airship.
Okay.
Okay.
And Major Vander.
He doesn't get to talk.
Nope.
I'm glad to see you all again.
Your slack-jawed amazement says
Yep.
it all. It looks like this will be quite the crowd pleaser during its grand unveiling in Heimdall.
Wait, what grand unveiling?
Man, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
It's just him!
Yep. Still, the prince is just here in a supporting capacity today, to say nothing of myself. The real stars of the show are the airship and this fine gentleman we have aboard.
Who may you be referring to?
So we know
It's
it ain't
been
talking about
quite
Olivier.
some time. I see many familiar faces gathered here today, and several I've yet to have the pleasure of meeting.
Is that?
I know that voice.
Oh, snap.
Oh, wait. I know who that might be. Wow.
The Radiant Blade Master?
Father.
So that's Laura's dad?
Wait, who's the what now?
Yeah, honestly, though.
And look, Toval's with him too.
This isn't quite how I expected our grand reunion to go, that's for sure.
What are you doing up there? And what's with the hat?
Allow me to introduce you. This is Captain Victor S. Arcade, who will be assuming command of this ship.
So that's what
I like how Mueller is literally the only character with no voice.
Oh, poor Mueller.
I'll fill you in on the details another time.
What in the name of Adios is that?
Hi, Patrick. Go away.
Wow, what a pretty ship.
This thing's a real piece of work.
Incredible! I've heard about the specs, but the numbers don't do it justice. Looks even better live than on paper.
Why is Patrick here?
Because he can't keep his nose out of
Principal
Class
Van
7's
Dyke.
business.
You too?
It's true.
That's literally it.
He just wants to join Class 7. Let's be real here.
could someone fill us in on what exactly is going on here?
Like I said, Patrick does become a much better character as the series goes.
Your bafflement is quite understandable. The chairman of the board proposed a change to your travel arrangements for this month's field study. He's agreed to deliver all of you to your respective destinations aboard this airship.
What? We'll be riding in style.
He's mainly taking it on its maiden voyage to unveil the ship to the nation. We're just kind of along for the ride. You'll be headed to the capital first, but from there, it'll be a straight shot to Ruhr.
Wow. I'm not sure what to say.
Huh. This is all so sudden. I think I need to sit down.
Well, should we be off, Your Highness?
Yes, that sounds marvelous. With that, let me be the first to welcome you, Class 7. Aboard the second Arsail-class high-speed cruiser, the Courageous.
See? Our sail.
We know, but it's too late now.
I know. I'm just saying, it is officially our sail. But why? I don't know why you pronounce the double L's. That seems weird.
We're going to ignore that reality and insert our own.
Also, it has the speed of the original.
I would hope so, if it's the same as shape.
Yeah, it's literally built identically to the Arsail.
If you want to start saying Arsail, you can. It's totally fine.
I'll probably end up going back and forth because I'll forget which one I'm saying. Or I'll just be talking and say it. So.
He knows. He's like, there they go.
I mean, I would be surprised if the like the second
He's on
in
the board. He was
yeah.
there.
But also he's like the second in command of the Imperial government behind, well, the third in command behind the Blood and Iron, so Blue Blanc is back in Heimdall again.
Oh gosh. You know what? I have a voice in here. Someone else can take these guys.
Not even our high-speed trains could hope to match that.
That may be true, but we still have our own strengths. How's the investigation coming along?
Well, they've been pretty blatant about trying to obstruct us, so basically about what we expected. The same is true in other areas as well.
Understood. Respond with pattern 13. I'll head there myself this afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
My, what a spectacular sight! My brother told me all about it, but there's no substitute for seeing it soar through the skies. Simply beautiful. Yes, it really is. You're up there, aren't you, Reen?
Can Japan stop with the incest, please? Please, Japan.
She just loves her brother oh so much.
I don't care that they're adopted.
I was gonna say, at least this time they're adopted and they're not blood.
I mean,
wow.
They have a real bad habit with the blood siblings. At least they're not blood related.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's just really weird.
That's the Courageous. Oliver had finally finished his airship.
It's a fine ship, isn't it?
Totally not
Prince
the queen.
Oliver seems to have gone to quite a lot of trouble having it built.
Emperor
Definitely
and Empress?
not the
No.
Definitely not. Not with that tiara.
Yeah,
the
she's
jewelry,
not the Empress. What are you talking
elegant
about?
hairstyle, the fancy dress. Yeah.
Yeah, and the same hair color as the entire rest of the Imperial family? No.
No, just a kind woman.
He just need to get to be kind. He's just a blonde guy.
Is this the wind of change you intend to release across our staid and troubled land? Go, my son, and show me the caliber of man you can be.
Nah, he's not the Emperor. Just some blonde dude.
Yeah, it's one of the other guys on the ship is his son.
Yeah, totally.
Can you believe it's been almost 2 years already? And look at how far our debaucherous prince has managed to come. Partnering with Liberl to make a second Arcel-class airship, then cruising over the capital? I suppose that's one way to stick it to you for outmaneuvering him at the trade conference.
Let him have his fun for now. Still, this was certainly an unexpected play on his part. He and that band of students he likes to ship across the country have proven a never-ending source of entertainment. But now, my dear Prince Olivert, we have reached a decisive point. The board has been prepared, every piece in its place. Can you turn the tides in your favor? I look forward to finding out.
Whee!
Nortia Province, Southern Edge.
It's a lot of words.
It was.
It's currently 10:02, and we have a north-northwesterly wind blowing in at a speed of 11 Arj. We've just passed through the Schwartz-Drake Barrier's airspace into the province of Nortia.
Current speed is 3050 SPH. We've reached full cruising velocity.
Maintain current course and speed. Follow the Nortia main line, maintaining a distance of 200 Arj.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So this is what the bridge of a cruiser looks like. It's all kind of making my head spin.
If I'm not mistaken, this ship is equipped with the Epstein Foundation's latest information processing system. Huh. So you actually managed to get the Reinford Group, Zeiss Central Factory, and the Epstein Foundation to collaborate?
I suppose you would be the most well-informed on matters of technology. It took the combined effort of countless supporters to take this airship from blueprint to beauty. I've caused a great many people no small amount of trouble gathering the technology and funds to build it.
It's nice to know you and Princess have trouble with financing sometimes.
Alas, it's true. I had to borrow quite a sum from a number of sources, the Emperor himself among them. But all my labors bore fruit, and we were able to build an airship that met all of my ideal specifications. At a length of 75 arge, it's almost twice the size of the original Arce.
And with it sporting 20 of ZTF's high-performance engines, it can achieve a top speed of roughly 3,000 cells per hour. Not quite as fast as the RSL's 3,600 cells per hour. Numbers are hard, guys. But the Courageous boasts high armor and interception capabilities.
Good grief, she memorized all the specs already.
I mean, to get as fast as it does, like, it's only 600 cells slower, but is almost twice the size and more heavily armored.
It is a bigger ship, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the Arcea is actually a pretty small ship. It's like, what was it, like 47 or something like that, I think it is?
I don't remember.
I think it's like 45 or 47, something like that. Like, it's a pretty small ship for being the flagship, but it's small and nimble. That's what it has. This is big and nimble.
Yeah, relatively. Yeah.
Still, the more I hear about it, the more unbelievable it sounds.
Sounds like he's compensating for something.
I mean...
I heard something like this was in development.
Did that come through? Okay, good.
Yeah, it did. I was scratching my nose and I didn't want to help the controller, so I set it down.
But I never would have imagined you'd pack this much power into it.
Well, now we have a rough idea how extravagant this ship is. But what I don't understand is why my father's sitting in the captain's seat. He's not even part of the military. Unless, Father, did you actually enlist in the Imperial Army?
I can understand why you might be perplexed. However, this ship isn't a part of any military force.
Huh?
So, wait. Is it officially regarded as property of the Imperial family? Precisely. I intend this ship to give wings to a third faction of sorts, unconnected to both the Imperial and Provincial armies. To that end, I could think of no finer captain than Viscount Arcade.
Well, that at least explains some of it.
I see what you're getting at, yeah. The fastest airship in the Empire, captained by the Radiant Blade Master.
Couldn't ask for a stronger deterrent than that.
I'll say. Well, that's my hope anyway. About half of the crew here are on loan from my division, 7th Armored. The rest are civilians, representing a variety of nationalities and social classes. As for me, I'm here because I'm just that good at gathering information. They've also tasked me as the point man for keeping in touch with the guild and all its local branches. Makes sense to me. I went a little southern there. That was weird.
Yeah, you did.
Tovol's definitely a good choice. He's got tact and patience to spare. Me, on the other hand, I'm more the face-punching type.
Frankly, I'm still shocked we're here. I'd never have imagined we'd be flying such a marvelous ship with such a distinguished crew. You've got me curious, though. Are you intending to tour the whole Empire like this?
That's our plan, yes. The hope is that it might help us short.
Ass wage.
I started to burp mid-line, so I had to stop. The hope is that it might help assuage some of the tension that's been building across the nation. And if we happen to intimidate the Imperial Liberation Front while we're at it, all the better. Ah.
I'm sorry, I keep burping.
You guys need burps tonight.
I know, I drank soda. I'm sorry.
I just can't breathe in general, so it's all good.
That makes sense, considering they've got their own airship, too.
The Intelligence Division and the RMP seem to be keeping them in check for now. Having a ship like this in the air will definitely put even more pressure on the Liberation Front. In other words, this ship allows me to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Genius, isn't it? And if I ever feel the urge to stretch my wings, I can take to the skies whenever the mood strikes me. Perhaps one day I'll even be able to put on a recital soaring in the skies above Heimdall. Well, putting aside certain idiotic flights of fancy, at this speed you should take less than an hour to reach Ruhr. Feel free to make yourselves at home while you're aboard. Aside from restricted areas like the engine room, you have the run of the ship. Go on and poke around a bit. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks. I think I'll take you up on that.
And that's how we ended up flying to the destinations. So they had the ship, we said part of exploring, seeing what this top line airship had to offer. Wow. I get to walk around. I'm going to look to see if I act on my walkthrough here. Do I actually need to walk around or can I get just progress it? I'd love to be able to just progress.
The inhaler, and my breathing should get better now, hopefully.
That would be good.
We'll see.
Oh. Okay. We have to speak to some of them, not all of them. Okay. First off, since we're right here, Laura.
I worked out before I did this, and my body was like, what did you do?
Yeah, just don't do that now.
Why are we all yawning?
He started yawning and it made me yawn and...
Stop!
I'm tired, okay?
Honestly, you could have told me about this a little sooner. Is this the reason you've been so busy lately?
I apologize for the secrecy, but much of this project fell under the veil of strict confidentiality. There are some things I'm forbidden to speak of, even to my daughter. I'm sure you'll realize that.
But... Klaus must have known, right? Why was he allowed to know while I was left in the dark?
Well, we're really honored to have been invited aboard. We can rest a bit easier once we arrive in Ruhr, knowing we had an Imperial escort. Indeed you can. The Provincial Army will have little choice but to accommodate you. This ship's purpose is to act as a deterrent to both factions, as well as the Imperial Liberation Front. By doing that, we hope that the Courageous will hold the old guard at bay long enough for something new to take root.
I'm sure it will. They chose wisely in naming you captain. Still, I assume that's not the ship's only purpose.
Well, true. Building an airship this advanced seems excessive if all you're going to use it as is a deterrent. Laura's right. There has to be some other purpose it was made to fulfill. Very perceptive of you. I regret that I wasn't able to discuss this with you properly when you were in Legram last month. But I'm proud to see just how much you've grown since you enrolled at the Academy.
I have my class to thank for that. Learning alongside them has been a constant source of insights.
So, tell me, Reen. How's she doing? Is Laura getting along with the other students? Huh? I think she's been fitting in fine. I see. That's reassuring to hear. At times I worry that growing up in a sword-fighting household caused her to end up less well-rounded than her peers. I hope you and the others will continue looking out for her. Of course. I'm glad she's with us. I can't imagine Class 7 without her. I can't help but get the feeling that she's something more to you than simply a classmate. Whatever the truth may be, I hope you'll continue treating her as the lady she is. I'm not one to apply to inappropriate behavior toward my daughter.
Laura, romance arc? Question mark?
I don't have the faintest idea of what you're talking about. But I'd like to think I know how to conduct myself toward my classmates. Good, good. That's what I wanted to hear.
Honestly, she's like right there, guys. Come on.
Yep, that's what she's calling him out for, too.
What are the two of you going on about with all your whispering and your furtive glances?
It's nothing you need concern yourself with. Just a little discussion between men. You needn't worry, we'll be sure to get you to your field study safely. As a student of Stores, I expect you to give it your utmost.
Huh?
He really does care about her. So much so he's willing to threaten her classmate.
I was like, did we make enough, like a lot of Laura romance options unintentionally in this playthrough?
No, it's... If I don't know for sure.
Bonding points, but everyone's got the bonding points.
Yes, but I think that it has something to do with the link levels. But it could also, if I remember right, it's just Victor being a dad. Being like, do I send something more here? Whether there really is or not. But I don't know for a fact how I don't remember how the romance stuff works for sure. Excuse me. Are you three working out what to do for our concert? Yeah, we've got the general gist of it figured out now, but... let me ask you, Reen. Would you prefer male or female vocals? It's a really important question, too, since it'll change the audience we draw. That's a tough decision. Why don't we try both then? You know what? That'd be perfect. Yeah, I really like that idea. 2 songs would be the perfect length too. First thing will be a bit tougher, but I think we should do it. And let us both use both plans too. You won't see me complaining. He seems really excited for this.
Come on, nobody wants to see dudes sing. It's all about the ladies. Besides, if we make the outfits skimpy enough, guys will be breaking down the doors to get in.
Of course, Crow. Your ideas have all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. You realize that this will put us in direct competition with Class 1, correct? We'll need to do something with the degree of class in order to take them on. Ding ding.
Bing bong.
Hey, look, it's tanks. More like armored cars, technically, but
Yeah, close enough.
Sorry, I was zoning out. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had no idea the Reinford Company was involved in developing something on this scale all this time. Then I find out it was a collaboration with the Epstein Foundation and ZCF. And on top of that, she's got her hands in the development of our Arcus units too. It's way too much work for one person. How many projects does Mother have under her wing right now?
Well, I'm afraid I can't give a simple answer to that. But suffice to say, the chairman only knows about a small number of the projects in development by the Reinford Group. Lately, the directors have...
I knew it.
Oh? Hello, Masterine.
Oh.
sorry, am I interrupting something?
No, it's okay.
Have you finished exploring the airship? I expect it'll be a while longer before we reach Ruhr.
Finished? I don't think I've seen even half of it yet. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm looking forward to landing in Ruhr, though. It's been a while since I've seen the industrial metropolis. It's not too far away from my hometown, so I'd always hear about it in passing.
Oh, that's right. You're from Ymir, so I guess you would then. You want to refresh? Oh my goodness, I can't read today. You want a little refresher? I can bring you up to speed on all things Ruhr.
Sure, why not?
Ruhr used to be a factory town, but it grew into a hotspot for technology as a result of its steel and heavy industry. The population is around 200,000, and since the city's in the Norisha province, it's under Marquis Ragnar's jurisdiction.
It's actually Nortia. For future. Which is weird, again, to pronounce things weird, but that's how they pronounce it.
Nortia.
Ah, that's right. I still find it kind of wild that Angelica is his daughter. You know, last time I visited, it felt like the whole city was man-made. Trees and grass were rare sights. It made it kind of hard to tell how large the city really is.
Well, the city itself is basically one giant structure, divided into several levels. It's been expanded so many times that even longtime residents occasionally wind up in places they don't recognize. Why, I've lost count of the number of times I've had to go pick up Lady Elisa when she lost her way.
That was when I was a kid. Don't say it like it still happens. Really, it was a long time ago.
Something tells me we're not looking at the not quite so distant past.
Anyway, north of Ruhr is the Soxen?
I think so.
Soxen Iron Mine. Until the person in charge of this whole entire thing decides to change my pronunciation about it.
Yeah, I
You
can't
have
help-
Sassy Mira tonight.
apparently.
The iron mine there makes its way into most of Reinford Group's products in some form or other.
The amount of ore they get from just that one mine is immense. The Empire would be a different place today without it.
I don't doubt it. Even our textbooks mention the Saxon mine.
It's been vital to the Empire since back before the Orbital Revolution. In the center of Ruhr, you can't miss the Reinford Group's corporate headquarters, which is also basically my house. Honestly, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back anytime soon.
Elisa.
I guess there's no point in moping about it now. We've yet to have a field study that didn't spiral into some sort of hectic adventure, but I'm ready if you are.
Well, just take it as it comes.
I'll be wishing you all the best.
That's just how being a protagonist is, Elisa. You just have to accept it.
Yep. Bing bong. I think. So, I have to go here. I have to go this way and speak to these two.
Instructor Sarah? Toval? What are you guys doing out here?
Oh, just a little bracer to bracer information swapping.
That's about the long and short of it. Been a while since I saw you guys, though. Not since last month in Legram.
Yeah, always nice to see a friendly face, though.
Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board, too.
Clearly, it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on because of my connection with Viscount Arcade.
This airship really is in a class all its own, though. It's not every day you see a ship owned by the Imperial family and captained by the Radiant Blade Master.
This cruiser has the potential to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or Provincial armies, it can potentially keep both of them in check if need be. It might not be able to do that quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still help protect a lot of people.
That's true. It still frustrates me how the guild used to be an institution here, and now we're just barely keeping the lights on. At least the Crossbell branch sends its people over to help us out when we need a hand, though.
Wenzel's one thing, but we owe McLean so many favors, I've lost count.
McLean? Wait, are you talking about...
Oh, yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank bracer over at the Crossbell branch. A guy we used to work with named Wenzel works there now, too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit.
The guy we're talking about is Arios McLean, aka the Divine Blade of Wind. The name probably sounds familiar to you because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I've never met him myself, but I heard a lot about him from my master. He mastered the school's second form, and sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade.
Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student of the 8 Leaves School? Cassius Bright. We were talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during that big incident.
Got a
2
name
years
dropping at some point. Come on.
Though from what I heard, he left the way of the sword behind
Never
a while
ends.
back.
Cassius Bright was here in Erebonia. Wait, 2 years ago.
It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius to thank for getting us past that. But afterward, well, you know the story from there. They shuttered guild branches all across the Empire, one after the other, and your dear, sweet instructor was out of a job.
I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We should probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with folks from the 8 Leaves School. Maybe
No
you
kidding.
should consider a career as a bracer. Door's always open, you know?
Me? A bracer?
Rain.
Huh. I never really thought about it before.
It's as
Hey,
if they're
there's
making
enough
this
of us singing
class
the
into
Bracer
a
blues without
pseudo
you trying to
bracer
recruit my
guild.
students.
I'm sorry.
I didn't hear you over, Sarah. I apologize.
I'm like, I said, it's as if this class is a pseudo bracer guild.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I
Never hurts to
wonder
start 'em
why.
Seriously, though, we're always looking for more good people. If that's something you wanted to do, I wouldn't turn you down.
I'll give it some thought.
That implies that he lives through the game.
Ominous.
Now let's see. Who wants to bet Mueller is voiced in this cutscene?
He's not.
He's not.
At long last, the Courageous has finally taken to the skies of Erebonia. I feel like a mother hen watching her chicks leave the nest.
I'll take your word for it.
Damn.
Holy shit, they
This
did
may
it.
sound a bit
Good
forward
thing
of
we
me to
didn't
say, but
put down money, D.
it sounds like you had some hurdles getting
You're
this
right.
project together.
It was no easy ride, I'll say that.
I doubt it would have come together without the prince's unwavering dedication and tireless work. He had to find the time to raise funds and oversee the entire project, in addition to all his official duties. And to add to that, he had to take care of all the arrangements necessary to get Viscount Arcade installed as its captain.
I can't even imagine how busy your schedule must have been. Even from a student's perspective, it sounds brutal.
Well, for this ship to have any weight as a deterrent, I needed the Viscount. Thankfully, he agreed to my request. My plan is to create a neutral third power capable of acting independently of our nation's 2 competing factions. You can think of the Courageous as the first physical embodiment of that ideal.
A third party, huh? I feel like I'm starting to understand at least part of what it is you're trying to accomplish.
The road will be a difficult one, though.
True, but this is only the beginning. Seeing this ship soar through the clouds for the first time moves my heart, just as when Class 7 was formally established. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for the Courageous, and for the brave men and women of your class.
Your Highness.
We live in interesting times. The political situation across the Empire seems to grow more ominous by the day. But, with any luck, Making a real show out of this ship's launch will push back against the prevailing climate.
Well, that's the hope at least. Either way, you'll have your whole life to split hairs about politics. For now, give your attention to your field study.
Thank you. I know you have high expectations for us, and I hope we'll be able to meet them.
Attention all crew members and passengers. We will soon be entering Ruhr airspace. Please prepare for landing, and make sure you have all personal effects with you before disembarking.
Sounds like we're
I
almost
feel
there.
offended.
That was a shorter flight than I expected.
I'm offended for you.
Guess I better go round up the others and start getting ready.
That was supposed to be my lines. Whatever.
AI's taking all our jobs.
Ruhr
AI
Airport's
is
granted
taking
us
all our
permission to land.
jobs.
Commence landing preparations. And keep the engine warm. We'll be taking off again right after our guests have disembarked.
Aye, aye, Captain. Preparing the Courageous to land.
Oh, of course. This
Uh-huh.
she's not voiced.
Yeah, we're back to not voiced.
Including today, you've got 3 days for this month's field study.
I bit my tongue. Ow.
Well, you're not supposed to do that.
I don't even know how. I'm not eating or doing anything.
You're not supposed to bite your tongue, Ghost.
I know, but I did. That hurt.
Make them count, guys.
I thought of it. Yeah. I plan on it.
Poor Reen.
Ow. Like seriously, hurt. I don't even know how I did it, but I did it with I did it on the back left side, between my molars. So I pinched it and said, ow, it hurt.
Okay. We'll do the best we can.
There we go.
You guys be careful in Ortis, okay?
Yeah, it sounds like things could get dangerous there.
Don't sweat it. We'll be fine.
We ought to be alright if a certain someone can keep her mouth shut.
Take care in Ruhr, everyone.
Will do.
When we get back, we'll be jumping straight into festival prep. Hope we discover the true terror of planning by committee. Oh, that's right.
With everything that's happened so far today, I almost forgot about that.
We'll have the songs and outfits finalized by the time we get back, and we should have the positions all figured out too. Let's try to save at least a bit of strength. It'd be a shame to come back too tired to outdo Class 1.
Oh, and I think I could find energy.
Haha, that's all the more reason for us to return safe and sound.
Ah, the spirited joys of youth. I'm sure both your field study and the Academy Festival will prove valuable experiences for all of you. Work hard out there, guys, but not too hard, you hear? May the goddess go with you. Take care. We will. Push it down, far away, we wasted no time. Doors maze, try and guide us. As soon as I can save again, I'm gonna save. This tunnel goes on forever.
I can't help but recall trying to navigate Guerrilla Fortress.
I guess when you build with tons of iron and concrete, everything starts to look pretty similar.
We're not far from the city center now. You might want to brace yourselves. Ruhr has an even weirder layout than the capital.
Hey, that's my hometown you're talking about. But I can't deny it's true. Looks like we're finally out.
Looks escalators that I can go the opposite directions on, just like inside. Whoa!
The city extends above and below?
Well, Ruhr grew up. Excuse you?
I was gonna say he has an RC car.
Okay. All right, I thought you were about to say your line. I'm like,
No, I
excuse
was gonna
you?
say, oh, he has an RC car.
Oh, okay. Well, Ruhr grew up around steel fabrication and heavy industry. That's how it came to be known as the Empire's industrial metropolis. You were right. It is weird.
It's got a population of around 200,000 people, too. That's as big as the capital of a smaller country.
I feel like the city's gotten even bigger since the last time I was here. The Rhineford corporate headquarters is on the upper level, right?
That's right. If you'd like to visit, just head up that escalator.
Allow me to welcome you to Ruhr, home of the Rhineford Company. I sincerely hope that your field study here will be a fulfilling one.
And we save.
Thanks, Sharon. Thanks for that extra little line.
Thank
Saved
you.
my voice.
Alrighty. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thanks for the raids. Thanks for the things. Appreciate y'all. We're gonna go raid Neo Matter. He's playing some Expedition 33. We're gonna go raid him since he raided us. And we're gonna say hi. This will be the last stream this week. If I get another stream, it'll be Sunday. Otherwise, it'll be Monday before I return. Be out of town for the weekend. So, thanks for watching. We will see you next time. Bye.